What if everything you've been chasing, love, success, peace was already on its way to you, waiting for you to stop pushing so hard? Welcome back to Stoic Way, my incredible friends. I'm thrilled you're here as we dive into a life-changing Stoic principle that flips the script on how we approach our deepest desires. Inspired by the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, today we're exploring how to become a magnet for what truly belongs to you without the exhausting struggle or disappointment. This isn't just a feel-good idea. It's a practical mindset shift that can bring clarity and calm to your everyday life. Stick with me as we unpack 9 powerful principles to align your energy and attract what's meant for you naturally and effortlessly. Principle 1. Focus on the journey, not the outcome. Have you ever caught yourself obsessing over a goal, also fixated on the finish line that everything else blurs out of focus? Maybe it's a career milestone you're desperate to hit, a relationship you're trying to perfect, or a personal dream you've pinned all your hopes on. You pour your energy into it, thinking about it day and night, sacrificing time and peace, only to find yourself staring at disappointment or feeling even more stuck than before. It's like pushing a door that won't budge. The harder you try, the more resistance you face. Sound familiar? The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, offer a wiser path. Stop fixating on the outcome and start cherishing the journey itself. Imagine what it would feel like to wake up each day and find joy in the small steps, the lessons you learn, the growth you experience without that relentless pressure to make it. What if, instead of stressing over whether you'll land that dream job, you savored the process of sharpening your skills, diving into projects, and becoming better at what you love? Or in love, what if you focused on being your best self, enjoying your hobbies, nurturing your happiness rather than worrying about where the relationship is headed? Here's the magic. When you shift your focus to the journey, your energy changes. You're no longer chasing from a place of lack or anxiety. Instead, you're fully present, radiating confidence and fulfillment. That's magnetic. In relationships, this might mean you stop seeking validation from a partner and start bringing your own joy to the table, making you irresistible because you're whole on your own. In your career, it's about loving the work you do, growing with every task, and letting opportunities come to you because they see your passion shining through. How do you start? Redefine what success means to you. It's not just about hitting a milestone like finding the one or getting that promotion. It's about the quality of your days, the depth of your connections, and the fulfillment you feel along the way. Picture waking up with the intention to be present, truly listening in conversations, engaging in your work, finding delight in the moment. It's not about forcing an outcome. It's about becoming someone so aligned with your truest self that what's meant for you can't help but find you. Leave "I am a magnet" in the comments below to claim this shift. Let's make it real together. Principle 2. Trust the timing. Have you ever felt that sinking frustration when things don't happen as fast as you want? Maybe you're waiting for a relationship to grow deeper, for your career to take off, or for that breakthrough you've been grinding toward. It's tough, especially when you see others hitting their stride while you're still in limbo. You might wonder, why isn't this working? What's taking so long? But what if the delay isn't a mistake? What if it's just not the right moment yet? The Stoics teach us to trust life's timing. Think about a relationship where you've tried everything, talking, pleading, pushing to keep someone close, but they drift away anyway. Instead of chasing them down, what if you trusted that if it's meant to be, it'll circle back when the stars align? Or maybe you're pouring effort into catching someone's eye, but they don't notice you yet. Rather than forcing it, imagine believing that the perfect chance to connect will come when it's supposed to. This isn't about giving up, it's about letting go of impatience and stepping into a calm, steady faith. That shift is powerful. When you stop forcing every piece to fall into place, you trade desperation for peace. You become someone who's relaxed, assured, and open, qualities that draw people and possibilities toward you like a beacon. They say patience isn't just waiting, it's keeping a good attitude while you do. So instead of sitting idly, you're living fully, growing, learning, preparing, knowing the right things will arrive when you're ready to receive them. How do you embrace this? Let go of the need to control every detail. And you feel that restless itch. Pause and tell yourself, timing is everything. Something amazing is being set up for me. Use this waiting period to build yourself up, deepen your relationships, hone your craft, find joy in the now. When you're not obsessed with what's next, you become a magnet for what's right. Say it with me in the comments. I am a magnet, and watch how trusting the timing transforms your life. Principle 3. Go with the flow. Don't force it. Ever feel like you're swimming upstream, fighting a current that just won't let up? Maybe you're straining to win someone's love, to make a relationship work, or to hit a career goal, and the harder you push, the more tired and defeated you feel. It's exhausting, like battling a river that's determined to carry you somewhere else. The Stoics have a better way. Go with the flow instead of forcing it. This doesn't mean you stop trying, it means you stop struggling against what isn't working. Picture a relationship where you're always the one reaching out, planning every move, bending over backward to keep it alive, but it still feels one-sided. What if you stepped back and let it breathe? Let it grow naturally, or let yourself see if it's time to move on. In your career, imagine chasing a dream job that keeps slipping away. Instead of pushing harder, what if you trusted that the right opportunity will show up when you're in the right place, focusing on work that lights you up in the meantime? When you flow with life, you align with its natural rhythm. You're not wrestling every outcome into submission. You're trusting the process and pouring your energy into what feels authentic. That ease is magnetic. It draws people and opportunities to you without you having to beg for them. In love, it's the confidence of someone who doesn't force affection, but lets it come organically. In work, it's the passion of someone who thrives in their craft, attracting advancement because they're already shining. Start by listening to your gut. What feels forced? Let it go. Lean into what flows naturally, your talents, your joys, your connections. Leave "I am a magnet" below to affirm it, and feel how effortlessly the right things start finding you when you stop fighting the tide. Principle 4. Let go of expectations. We all carry expectations: how a relationship should play out, how fast success should come, how people should act toward us. But when we grip them too tightly, we set ourselves up for heartache. It's like building a rigid blueprint for life, but leaves no room for surprises or detours. The Stoics say, let them go. Releasing expectations isn't about lowering your standards. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of should. Imagine you're in a relationship with a clear vision. You'll see each other twice a week, move in by next year, and they'll show love just like this. But when it doesn't match your script, you're crushed, disappointed, or even resentful. Now picture letting that vision soften. You enjoy what's real right now, without forcing it into a mold. Or in your career, maybe you set a deadline for success 5 years to the top. When it doesn't happen, it stings. What if you let go and explored what's in front of you, new paths, skills, or passions you hadn't considered? That freedom is magnetic. When you're not tethered to a checklist, you open up to possibilities you might have missed, better ones than you'd planned. You become someone who welcomes the unexpected, who trusts life to deliver in its own way. In love, it fosters genuine connection based on what's there, not what you demand. Work, it invites opportunities that fit your true strengths. Try it, drop the should-s and embrace what is. Say "I am a magnet" in the comments, and feel how letting go draws the right things closer. Principle 5. Patience is your best friend. In a world that moves at lightning speed, patience feels rare. We want relationships to bloom overnight, careers to surge instantly, personal growth to click into place right now. But as Epictetus said, no great thing is created suddenly any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. Things worth having take time, and patience is the bridge that gets you there. Think about love. Maybe you're healing from a breakup, giving someone space, or letting a bond unfold slowly. Patience means trusting it'll ripen when it's ready, not rushing to pick and rippy fruit. In your career, It's sticking with your skills, building them day by day, waiting for the right chance instead of jumping at the first one. It's not passive, it's active belief that your efforts will pay off when the moment's perfect. And that quiet, steady faith, it's magnetic. How do you cultivate it? See delays as gifts, time to prepare, to grow stronger. When you're tempted to push, remind yourself good things need time. Keep showing up, keep learning, keep living fully. Patience makes you someone who's calm and confident, pulling the right people and opportunities your way. Claim it in the comments. I am a magnet, and let patience work its magic. Principle 6. Accept what comes. Life doesn't always follow your plan. A relationship ends out of nowhere. A job falls through, or your best efforts hit a wall. It's easy to fight it, replaying what went wrong, wishing you could rewrite it. But the Stoics offer a freer way. Accept what comes. Acceptance isn't giving up, it's choosing peace over resistance. Imagine a breakup that rocks you. Instead of battling the hurt, you let it wash over you, grieve, and then look forward. Maybe it's a chance to rediscover yourself, pursue a passion, or meet someone who fits you better. Or a career. Stumble, say you miss out on a role you wanted. Accepting it lets you learn, adapt, and spot new doors opening. When you stop wrestling reality, you make space for what's next. Try it. Face what's here with grace. It's not about liking every twist. It's about moving through it with strength. That resilience is magnetic. It draws the right experiences to you because you're not stuck in the past. Say I am a magnet below, and feel how acceptance sets you free. Principle 7. Embrace uncertainty. Certainty can rattle us, relationships shift, careers take unexpected turns, and the future stays hazy no matter how hard we squint. It's natural to crave control, to want every step mapped out. But the Stoics say, lean into the unknown. Some of life's best moments come from what you can't predict. Picture a relationship metaphor. You don't know if it'll deepen or fade. Instead of forcing an answer, you let it play out, trusting it'll lead where it's meant to. Or in your career, maybe you're offered a wild card opportunity, a new role, a different city. It's scary, but embracing it could unlock growth you'd never find in safety. When you welcome uncertainty, you become flexible, curious, open, traits that pull incredible things your way. Step into it with an adventurer's heart. Say I am a magnet in the comments, and watch how embracing the unknown attracts surprises that light up your life. Principle 8. Be open to change. Change is constant, yet we resist it, holding tight to old relationships, jobs, or versions of ourselves. But when you open up to it, you step into growth. The Stoics see change as a chance to evolve, not a threat to dodge. Imagine a relationship that's lost its spark. Clinging feels safe, but what if you let it shift, either to end or to transform, trusting it could lead to something truer? In your career, picture saying yes to a pivot, a new project, a move, a skill despite the butterflies. It's daunting, but it might align you with your real path. Being open shows you're adaptable and bold, qualities that naturally draw the right people and possibilities. Welcome change like an old friend. Say I am a magnet below, and see how it ushers in growth you didn't know you needed. Principle 9. Trust the bigger picture. Life's full of curves, goals slip, relationships falter, plans unravel. It's easy to get lost in the mess, feeling frustrated when things don't line up. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the obstacle to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Trust that there's a bigger picture at work, even when you can't see it yet. Say you miss a promotion you sweated for. Instead of despair, trust it's steering you somewhere better, maybe a role that fits your soul. Or a relationship ends, and you believe it's making room for the right person. As faith turns setbacks into stepping stones, keeping you hopeful and steady. That vibe is magnetic, it pulls what's meant for you closer, piece by piece. Hold this close. Every twist is part of your story. Say I am a magnet in the comments, and trust the bigger picture is guiding you home. Here at Stoic Way, we've walked through 9 transformative principles focusing on the journey, trusting timing, flowing with life, releasing expectations, embracing patience, accepting reality, welcoming uncertainty, adapting to change, and believing in the bigger picture. And not just ideas, they're tools to stop forcing and start attracting a life of meaning and resilience. Which one hit home for you? Share your thoughts below. I'm eager to hear how these spark shifts in your world. Keep the momentum going, subscribe to Stoic Way for more. And join us next time as Benjamin and Sophie unpack these ideas in our podcast discussion. Hit the like button to spread the wisdom, and stay tuned for an electrifying talk with our guests. You won't want to miss it.
All right, so get ready, because today we're diving into something a little unexpected.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at Stoic philosophy.
Oh, wow.
And seeing if we can apply it to attracting the things that we want in life.
Interesting.
So think love,
Okay.
success,
Yeah.
a calmer mindset, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it might seem like an odd combo at first, Stoicism
Right.
and attraction. But the piece that we're looking at today from the Stoic Way blog makes a really compelling case for it.
Yeah, and our mission today is to break down their 9 key principles
Okay.
for you guys listening, and hopefully do it without any mystical vibes.
Yeah.
We're going to be going practical today and really just focusing on the how and the why this ancient philosophy can be surprisingly relevant today.
Well, I think what's fascinating about the Stoics
Yeah.
is that they really emphasize focusing inward.
Okay.
They believe that you can't always control what happens to you, but you can control your reactions and your mindset.
Right.
And that's where the power to attract what you desire comes in.
So their first principle is focus on the journey, not the outcome. And I feel like we all kind of fall into that trap of obsessing over the end goal.
For sure.
Like imagine landing your dream job.
Yeah.
You're so fixated on, getting the offer
Right?
that you forget to actually learn and grow during the interview process itself. Or even worse, you don't get the job and you feel totally defeated, overlooking all the valuable skills that you gained along the way.
Totally. And the Stoics would say, why not find joy in the process itself? Think about it like this. You're on a hike.
Okay.
And the summit is your goal. But if you're so focused on reaching the top,
Yeah.
you miss the beautiful scenery, you miss the fresh air, you miss the challenge of each step.
Right.
So the Stoics believe that finding pleasure in each step makes the journey more enjoyable and ironically makes you less desperate for the outcome, which in turn makes you more attractive.
So it's not about lowering your ambition.
Yeah.
It's about shifting your energy.
Exactly.
It's been instead of that frantic, like, I need this vibe. You're more calmly enjoying the process. And that's got to be more appealing to other people too, right?
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. Would you rather be around someone who is constantly stressed about achieving a goal?
Yeah.
Or someone who is enjoying the process and radiating a more relaxed energy?
Yeah, that makes total sense. But honestly, how do you apply that to like everyday life?
Yeah.
I mean, bills got to get paid, deadlines exist.
Right.
How do you reframe success when there's real pressure?
One way is to start recognizing and appreciating the small wins along the way.
Okay.
So did you nail a presentation at work?
Yeah.
Celebrate that. Did you finally master that tricky yoga pose you've been working on? Give yourself some credit for that.
Right.
These small victories build momentum and they keep you motivated without solely fixating on that big far-off goal.
So it's like shifting your perspective from, I haven't achieved X yet, to look at all this cool stuff I'm learning and doing along the way.
Exactly.
It's about celebrating the process of becoming rather than just the end result.
Yeah.
I can see how that would be a game changer. Okay, on to principle number 2, trusting the timing.
Ooh.
Ugh, this is a tough one for me.
Yeah.
I'm super impatient.
Yeah.
Whether it's waiting for a promotion or seeing if a new relationship is going somewhere, I just want things to happen now.
Well, and that impatience is something a lot of us struggle with.
For sure.
But the Stoics had a very unique perspective on it.
Okay.
They believed that things happen when they're meant to happen.
Okay.
Like nature, it has its own rhythm.
Imagine trying to force a fruit to ripen before its time.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't be as sweet, right?
Okay, I love that analogy.
Yeah.
But still, how do you deal with that feeling of like, come on, universe, hurry up?
Yeah.
Especially when you see other people seemingly getting ahead faster.
Well, it's not about being passive.
Okay.
It's about focusing on what you can control. Your actions, your preparation.
Right.
So let's say you're hoping for a promotion.
Okay.
Instead of stressing over when it might happen, Focus on honing your skills, taking on new challenges, and demonstrating your value. Okay.
You're essentially making yourself so ready that when the opportunity arises, you're the obvious choice.
I see.
And that inner confidence
Yeah.
is way more attractive than anxious energy.
I see what you mean. It's almost like that saying, prepare for the opportunity and it will find you.
Yeah.
It takes the focus off that frantic energy of, I need this to happen now, and puts it on something much more constructive.
Exactly.
That's a really empowering way to think about it. So for you listening, think of a situation where you could benefit from a little trust in the timing.
Yeah.
Where are you putting unnecessary pressure on yourself or the situation?
Maybe the creative project you're working on.
Okay.
Instead of rushing to finish it, allow yourself to explore different ideas, experiment, and let it evolve organically. It's about surrendering to the natural unfolding of events.
That's such a good point. Sometimes the best things come when we least expect them. Okay, so let's move on to principle number 3. Go with the flow, don't force it. This one feels especially relevant in our fast-paced world. I mean, sometimes it feels like I'm constantly swimming upstream, fighting against the current, just trying to keep up.
I love that image, and it's so relatable.
Yeah.
You know, the Stoics weren't advocating for passivity.
Right.
They understood that action is important, but they also recognized the futility of fighting against what they called the logos, the natural order of things.
Okay.
It's about recognizing when you're pushing against a wall and choosing a path of less resistance.
So it's not about giving up on your goals, it's about being smart about how you pursue them.
Exactly.
How do you figure out when you're swimming upstream versus strategically navigating the current?
You know, it's a matter of discernment. Ask yourself, is this working? Am I getting closer to my goal, or am I just creating more resistance?
Right.
So let's say you're in a job that's making you miserable. You keep pushing, hoping things will get better, but they don't. The Stoic approach would be to acknowledge that this situation isn't serving you and to look for opportunities that better align with your values and goals.
So it's about being honest with yourself about what's working and what's not. It's not about blindly accepting every situation.
Right.
It's about recognizing when it's time to shift gears and move in a different direction.
Exactly.
I can definitely see how that could apply to relationships too.
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes we try to force something that's just not meant to be. What do you think?
100%. It's about recognizing when you're clinging to something out of fear or a sense of obligation,
Right.
rather than genuine connection and joy.
And so for you listening, think about where in your life you might be forcing it.
Yeah.
Is there a relationship, a project, a situation where you're expending a lot of energy but getting nowhere? What would it look like to step back and try a different approach?
Yeah.
One that feels more aligned with the natural flow of things.
Yeah. I love that. And sometimes surrendering to that current
Right.
is actually the most powerful move you can make.
Oh, wow.
It's about trusting that there's a better path unfolding, even if you can't see it yet.
Okay, on to principle number 4. Let go of expectations.
Ooh, that's a good one.
This one feels especially relevant in relationships. I've definitely been guilty of building up an idea of how someone should be or how a relationship should progress, only to be disappointed when reality doesn't match my fantasy.
Yeah, it's natural to have expectations,
right.
but the Stoics warn against clinging to them too tightly.
Okay.
When you're overly attached to a specific outcome, you close yourself off to other possibilities and often create unnecessary suffering when things don't go exactly as planned.
Like that saying, expectations are premeditated resentments.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine you're planting a garden. You might have a vision in mind,
Got it.
but if you try to force every plant to grow in a specific way, you might miss out on the beauty of its natural form. Sometimes the most stunning creations come from allowing things to unfold organically.
So it's not about lowering your standards. It's about releasing the need to control every detail.
Exactly.
It's about creating space for magic to happen, right?
Precisely. When you let go of rigid expectations, you open yourself up to unexpected joys and opportunities.
Okay, so for all of you listening out there, what expectations are you holding on to that might be causing you more stress than peace?
Yeah, think about that. Where could you loosen your grip a little bit
Right.
and allow things to unfold more naturally? Perhaps you're putting pressure on yourself to achieve a certain level of success by a certain age. Or maybe you're holding on to a vision of your ideal partner that's so specific
Right.
that it's preventing you from seeing the amazing people right in front of you.
Okay, let's move on to principle number 5. Embrace patience.
Oh, boy.
This is one I'm constantly working on.
Yeah.
We live in a world of instant gratification. We want everything now. But some things, like building a meaningful relationship or mastering a new skill, just take time.
Yeah, the Stoics were big on patience.
Okay.
They believed that anything worthwhile takes time and effort. It's like planting a seed.
Right.
You wouldn't expect it to sprout into a towering tree overnight, would you?
No.
It needs time to take root, to grow, to weather the storms.
So how do you cultivate more patience when we're surrounded by messages that tell us we need to achieve everything quickly?
It's tough, but one way is to shift your perspective on delays and setbacks.
Okay.
Instead of viewing them as failures, see them as opportunities for growth.
Right.
Remember, even the most successful people have faced countless challenges along the way.
Well, for sure.
Those experiences shaped them, made them stronger, and ultimately contributed to their success.
So it's about embracing the journey, even the messy parts, and trusting that it's all leading you somewhere worthwhile.
Exactly.
And remember, patience isn't about sitting back and waiting for things to happen.
Yeah.
It's about actively working towards your goals while trusting the timing of the universe.
Absolutely. It's about finding that sweet spot between action and surrender.
Okay.
You're not passively waiting. You're actively preparing yourself.
Right.
While trusting that the right opportunities will appear at the right time.
Okay, let's talk about principle number 6. Accept what comes.
Ooh, this is a big one.
This one can be really tough, especially when dealing with unexpected challenges or disappointments.
Yeah, life is full of surprises, and sometimes those surprises aren't pleasant.
Right.
The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from accepting what is,
Okay.
rather than resisting it.
Mm-hmm.
They understood that fighting against reality only creates more suffering.
So it's not about liking or approving of every situation,
Right.
but rather recognizing that what's done is done, and the only thing you can control is how you respond.
Exactly. When you resist what is,
Yeah.
you're essentially arguing with reality, which is a losing battle.
Right.
Acceptance allows you to move forward with more clarity and strength.
It's like that serenity prayer.
Yeah.
Like, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
That's a perfect example. Acceptance is about letting go of the need to control everything and making peace with what...
What are some practical ways that you can cultivate acceptance? It's easy to say just accept it, but when you're in the midst of something difficult, it's a lot harder to put into practice.
For sure. One technique is to focus on your breath.
Oh.
When you notice yourself resisting a situation, take a few deep breaths and simply observe the sensations without judgment. This can help you create space between your emotions and your reactions.
So it's about pausing, taking a step back, and allowing yourself to feel the emotions without getting swept away by them.
Exactly.
It's about choosing a more conscious response.
Yeah.
This is a practice, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't happen overnight.
It's a lifelong practice.
Right.
And like any skill, it takes time and effort to develop. But with consistent practice, you can learn to navigate life's challenges with more grace and resilience.
Okay, so for you listening, think about an area of your life where you might be struggling with acceptance. Is there a situation you're resisting? A change you're dreading?
Yeah.
What would it look like to simply acknowledge what is Calais without judgment or resistance?
It's powerful stuff.
What new possibilities might emerge if you allowed yourself to let go of the fight?
Remember, acceptance doesn't mean giving up
Right.
or resigning yourself to a situation. It simply means making peace with what is.
Okay.
So you can focus your energy on what you can control,
Yep.
your actions, your attitude, and your response.
All right. Let's move on to principle number 7. Embrace uncertainty.
Ooh, this is a fun one.
Oh, this one could be tough, especially in a world that feels increasingly unpredictable.
I agree. It's natural to crave certainty.
Mhm.
It gives us a sense of security and control.
Yeah.
But the Stoics recognize that uncertainty is an inherent part of life.
Right.
Trying to control every outcome is not only futile,
But also robs us of the joy of discovery and spontaneity.
it's like we're so busy trying to plan for every possible scenario that we miss out on the unexpected adventures that life throws our way.
Exactly. The Stoics encouraged us to approach uncertainty with curiosity and openness.
Okay.
It's about seeing the unknown not as a threat,
Yeah.
but as a realm of possibility.
So it's not about being reckless or throwing caution to the wind.
No.
It's about having the courage to step outside your comfort zone and trust that you can handle whatever comes your way.
Exactly. When you embrace uncertainty, you become more adaptable and resilient.
Right?
which are essential qualities for navigating life's twists and turns and attracting what you desire.
So for you listening, what's an area in your life where you're clinging to certainty?
Yeah, think about that. Maybe it's your career path, a relationship, or even your daily routine. What would it look like to loosen your grip a little bit and embrace the unknown?
Yeah.
Imagine you're planning a trip, but instead of booking every detail in advance, you leave some room for spontaneity.
You might discover hidden gems, meet interesting people, or have experiences you never could have planned for.
Right.
That's the beauty of embracing uncertainty. It allows for serendipity and adventure.
I love that. It's like saying yes to the universe and being open to whatever unfolds.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to principle number 8. Be open to change.
Ooh, another good one.
This one feels particularly relevant in a world that's constantly evolving.
Change is inevitable. The Stoics understood that resisting it only creates suffering. They saw change as an opportunity for growth and transformation.
But change can be scary.
For sure.
It's natural to resist it, especially when it feels like it's being forced upon us.
Yeah.
We get comfortable in our routines, our habits, our beliefs, and any disruption can feel threatening.
It's true. But think about it. Our bodies are constantly changing. Our minds are evolving. The world around us is in constant flux.
Right.
Change is the only constant.
Yeah.
It's what allows us to grow, adapt, and become more resilient.
So it's not about passively accepting every change that comes our way.
Right.
It's about having the wisdom to discern which changes are aligned with our values and goals and embracing those with an open mind and heart.
Exactly. It's about being flexible and adaptable like a willow tree that bends in the wind instead of breaking.
What are some practical ways we can become more open to change?
Start by noticing your resistance. When you feel yourself clinging to the familiar,
Okay.
ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What's the worst that could happen?
Mm-hmm.
Often our fears are based on assumptions and worst-case scenarios that rarely come true.
So it's about challenging our limiting beliefs and being willing to step outside our comfort zones.
Exactly. And remember, change doesn't have to be drastic.
Right.
It can be as simple as trying a new recipe, taking a different route to work, or learning a new skill.
Okay, so you listening, what's one area in your life where you're resisting change? Maybe it's a career shift, a relationship pattern, or even a personal habit. What would it look like to approach that change with curiosity and a sense of possibility?
Yeah. What new doors might open if you allowed yourself to let go of the old and embrace the new?
Remember, change is an opportunity for growth and renewal. Embrace it, and you might be surprised by the amazing things that unfold.
I love that.
Okay, we're on to our final principle. Trust the bigger picture.
Ooh, I like this one.
This one can be really challenging when you're feeling lost, confused, or discouraged.
I agree. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day details of our lives and lose sight of the larger context. The Stoics reminded us that there's a grand design at play, even when we can't see it.
Okay.
They believe that everything happens for a reason, even if we don't understand it at the time.
It's like that saying, life is like a tapestry. We only see the backside of it with all the loose threads and knots, but the front side is a beautiful work of art.
Exactly. When you trust the bigger picture, you can surrender to the unknown, knowing that everything is unfolding as it should.
So it's about having faith that there's a reason for everything, even the challenges and setbacks.
Precisely. When you can view your life from this broader perspective, you can find meaning and purpose even in the midst of adversity.
What are some practical ways we can cultivate trust in the bigger picture? It's easy to lose faith when things aren't going our way.
For sure. One way is to practice gratitude.
Okay.
When you focus on the good things in your life, no matter how small, it shifts your perspective and reminds you that even in the midst of challenges, there's always something to be thankful for.
So it's about focusing on the positive and trusting that even the difficult experiences are serving a higher purpose.
Exactly. It's about having faith that you're exactly where you need to be in this moment.
Okay.
And that everything is working together for your highest good.
So for all of you listening, think about a time in your life when something happened that felt challenging or unfair at the time, but ultimately led to something positive.
Yeah.
How can you apply that same trust to your current situation?
Remember, you are not alone on this journey. There's a greater force at work guiding and supporting you every step of the way.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
9 powerful Stoic principles for attracting what you desire.
That's right.
Focus on the journey. Trust the timing. Go with the flow. Let go of expectations. Embrace patience. Accept what comes work. Welcome uncertainty. Be open to change and trust the bigger picture.
These principles offer a powerful framework for shifting your mindset from one of scarcity and force to one of abundance and allowing...
By aligning yourself with these principles, you can become more magnetic.
Yes.
Not in some superficial way,
Right.
but by cultivating a deeper sense of inner peace, strength, and resilience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we've been given this roadmap for, becoming the best versions of ourselves.
Right.
Which in turn makes us more attractive to the people and opportunities that are truly meant for us.
And it's important to remember that this isn't about manipulating others or
Right.
becoming someone you're not. It's about aligning yourself with your core values, embracing your authentic self, and trusting that the right things will come into your life.
So to wrap things up, let's just take a moment to reflect on these principles and consider how you can apply them to your own life. What resonated most with you? What's one small step you can take today to start incorporating these Stoic principles into your daily routine?
And if you're feeling overwhelmed, remember that you don't have to do everything at once.
Right.
Just choose one principle that speaks to you and start there.
Okay.
Small, consistent actions over time can lead to profound shifts in your mindset and your life.
And to help you on this journey, we'd like to leave you with a final thought-provoking question.
Okay.
If you could let go of just one expectation that's been holding you back, what would it be? And what new possibilities might open up?
Maybe it's an expectation about your career, or relationship, or even your own potential.
Right.
What would it feel like to release that expectation and embrace the unknown?
Yeah.
What doors might open? What adventures might unfold?
Remember, letting go of expectations doesn't mean giving up on your dreams, right? It simply means releasing the need to control every detail and trusting that the universe has a plan for you, even if you can't see it yet.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the surprisingly relevant world of Stoic philosophy.
Yes.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights that will help you attract what you desire and live a more fulfilling life.
Until next time, keep diving deep and keep exploring the power of your own mind.